How is everyone doing today? Welcome to this channel. Welcome to Learn English with Abiatal. Today we are going to look at an argumentative essay. After watching this lesson, I'm sure you are going to write beautiful and interesting pieces of argumentative essays because this lesson is going to cover what an argumentative essay is, the elements of writing an argumentative essay, what is expected for you to write a beautiful piece, and in fact, we are actually going to plan one of these essays topics together. So get settled, put on your learning gear. We are starting now. An argumentative essay is a piece of writing that takes a stance on an issue. But what is a stance? A stance is a side. So this essay gives you an opportunity to take a side. So now you understand that a stance is a side. The writers of this kind of essay attempt to persuade the readers to understand and support their point of view about a topic. What is to persuade? To persuade is to make somebody believe you. When you are presenting your point of view, then you need to ensure that you are giving facts or strong points that will make the reader understand and believe you. Therefore, the writers of this kind of essay state their reasoning and back it up with evidence. Let us quickly look at the elements of an argumentative essay. An argumentative essay needs an introduction. An introduction in which the writer gives a clear stance on the thesis statement. Secondly, an argumentative essay needs a body. This is a body made up of paragraphs which are talking or discussing different topic sentences. Number 3, we also need to include what is called an although paragraph within your paragraphs. Here, you give the views of other people, but do not divert from your original opinion. This kind of paragraph makes your essay an argument whereby you have two sides and you have chosen yours. Now you are bringing in the ideas of other people, but you are not going to lose your side. You are not going to divert from your opinion. Don't worry, we are going to understand this today. After that, we need a conclusion. In the conclusion, you only summarize the main ideas. You do not need to bring in new ideas here. Here, this is where now you have to use synonyms so that you do not keep repeating yourself over and over. I spoke about a thesis statement and I could see your eyes opening wide because you didn't understand. I'm back and I'm saying a thesis statement can be a sentence that states the topic and the purpose of your paper. So that sentence in which the reader is going to find the topic and the purpose of your writing, that is what we call a thesis statement. I also spoke about a stance and I clarified that a stance is the side of the topic that you belong to. This simply means that a stance is that sentence or part of your essay which is going to show the reader if you are supporting the topic or opposing the topic. So it shows whether you are supporting the topic or you are opposing the topic. Don't I deserve some hand claps here? Because I know you understand now. And please don't forget that you give your stance in the introduction. Let us quickly look at how we can plan an argumentative essay. We want to look at the format of an argumentative essay. We want to see where we are going to place the things that we just discussed now. In our format, we need to start with a title. We are clever learners. We do not just write things like we are not normal. So we know the date is obviously going to be there. There is no writing that starts without a date. So your date is up there. Then the first thing that you need to do is to write down your title. Clever learners like you write their titles neatly and underline the title. There's no need to punctuate. It is a title. So make sure that you write it neatly, then you underline it. You omit a line, then you move to an introduction. What do you do in your introduction? In your introduction, this is now where you clarify whether you are supporting the topic or you are opposing, meaning that you are against the topic. So this is where you bring out your thesis statement. Do not forget that the thesis statement gives a clear stance. Are you supporting or are you against the topic? This is the first part of your essay. So you have to choose beautiful words to bring out your introduction. The first appearance matters. So if you are going to visit somebody on the first day, you have to look as beautiful, as neat as you can, because you do not want to give a wrong impression. So in your introduction, you have to write as neatly as possible. You also have to be as clear as possible so that the reader understands from onset about what you are going to talk about or about the side of the topic that you are going to be writing about. Your essay needs paragraphs, and each paragraph needs a topic sentence. What is a topic sentence? A topic sentence is a sentence that carries the main idea of the paragraph. The topic sentence is followed by supporting sentences. What does this mean? This means that each paragraph that you are going to write in your argumentative essay needs to have its own idea, meaning that you are not going to be repeating one issue over and over, but you are going to have different ideas in different paragraphs. A good essay is made up of about 5 to 6 paragraphs, especially when it comes to an argumentative essay. So if you have your first paragraph, which is the introduction, where you have given your stance as clear as possible, then your next paragraph is going to be on a certain issue on the topic you are discussing. And again, another paragraph on a different issue on the topic you are discussing. After your introduction, you can have 2 to 3 paragraphs with different topic sentences before you move on to the although paragraph at number 5 there in our notes. I personally call it an although paragraph because this is where you bring in the other side of the topic. But again, know that you are not going to lose your side. This is because you are arguing, you are debating on an issue, and you want your side to win the reader's attention. You want the reader to understand and believe you. So when you bring in the although paragraph, make sure that you do not lose your stance. When you are debating, you have to avoid contradicting yourselves. So for instance, if you have been supporting the notion that education is the key to success, during your although paragraph, you may say, while others believe that education is not the only key to success because there are individuals who have managed to succeed without education, I feel we should still look at the number, because the number of those who have graduated and working because of qualifications they've attained, and those who have succeeded without education might show that those who succeeded without education are just a few number. This is just an example. I know you have very, very good ideas. Here I'm just directing you to see the picture. When you are going to write, you must write creatively. You cannot write like this old lady. The old lady is here just to direct you. So I give you the skeletons, you add the flesh. After your although paragraph, I like calling it an although paragraph. And that is the way I've made myself to understand it. If you have any other way of calling it, it is also good. As long as you know that this is the part where you bring in other people's ideas or the viewpoint of others, of the other side of the topic. After that part, we can move on to the conclusion. In the conclusion, you just summarize the main points. Use synonyms so that you can avoid monotony. Monotony is when you repeat one word, one same word over and over. So try to use synonyms so that your conclusion sounds refreshed. I choose to write the argumentative essay this way because this is so organized, not a situation which is so confusing, whereby you touch this side, you touch that side, you confuse yourself and the reader. So when you get your argumentative topic, you may just want to plan it the same way. As long as you choose the side of the topic where you have strong points so that you can back yourself up with evidence, with strong arguments, so that the readers believe you. Now we are moving on to the following section where we will plan the topic together. So let's plan this essay together. The topic is learners must be given pocket money. When you look at this topic, what does your mind tell you? Do you want the learners to be given pocket money, or don't you want them to be given pocket money? So it's up to you to choose the side where you think you have a lot of strong points. One of my learners wrote this same topic and he was supporting that learners must be given pocket money. One of his reasons were learners are the future leaders, so they must be trained to work with money, because we do not want future leaders who will be panicking when they see money. So you see that argument, it is strong in its own way. So if you also feel like learners must be given pocket money, then it's high time you list down the reasons that are making you support that learners must be given pocket money. Right, now we are moving on to the section where we are going to plan this topic together. You cannot just write out of blue. You need a mind map, or you can use a linear planning, a linear method. In my case, I am going to use my favorite way of planning essays. This is the method that has been making me pass my English so well at high school and even at varsity. So let us look at this method. It is called the spider diagram. I am not so good at drawing, but I tried to draw my spider. You see, my diagram looks like a spider, although I failed to balance my legs. But I know you understand. Our topic is learners must be given pocket money, and we are planning this essay using the spider diagram. The legs on the right hand of my spider, I've started with number 1, which is an introduction. In my introduction, I'm going to give my thesis statement, the stance. Am I supporting or opposing? And I've already told you that I'm not supporting that learners must be given pocket money. No, they should not be given pocket money. So as a writer, it's up to you to introduce your essay so beautifully. For instance, if you are supporting, you can say, I strongly support that learners must be given pocket money. Or if you are a creative writer, you can even say, I do not understand why learners must not be given pocket money. Those statements are all supporting the topic. It's up to you to write creatively. I am directing you. You must read on creative writing. Then you improve so that you introduce your essay as beautiful as possible. So today I'm against this topic, but I will not forget that I am a good learner. I have my title there. Learners must be given pocket money. That is the title I am given. I'm not going to change it. I copy it onto my paper and I underline it. Then I go to my introduction where I am going to give my thesis statement with the clear stance. In the introduction, this is where now you change the topic to suit your side. Giving learners pocket money is an idea that I'll never support. Or I can say, why should we give learners pocket money? All these are thesis statements suiting my point of view because I am against this topic. My stance is clear. I gave my point of view or my thesis statement in very clear and simple terms so that you understand. Now that you understand, craft yours in a beautiful way. I am moving on to my second paragraph where I have a topic sentence which is learners will become dependent. What does this mean? What is to be dependent? Now I am leaving it to you to add supporting sentences. To be dependent is to be waiting for somebody to provide for you every day. We want learners to be independent. So go and find supporting sentences on this topic sentence so that we have a full paragraph. Meaning that in paragraph 2, we are only going to talk about what we mean when we are talking about learners being dependent. So good. I have planned my essay so well. Now I'm omitting a line and moving on to the next paragraph with a different topic sentence. And in this paragraph, I'm going to discuss that learners may start abusing substances. Do not forget that I'm against learners being given money. Substances are drugs and alcohol abuse. So please go and find supporting sentences so that we quantify this paragraph. And in that paragraph, we are only going to talk about why learners must not be given pocket money because we think that they may abuse substances. What exactly do we mean when we are saying that they should not get money as they may abuse substances? Go and bring supporting sentences. I've given you the topic sentence. I know you wouldn't want to see your child as a parent who is a learner and he is smoking, he's taking drugs, he's buying alcohol instead of being at school. You know, I'm good. I give people skeletons so that they add flesh. Now I am moving on to the next topic sentence, which is the third topic sentence, and I may include the topic sentence as the learners may lose focus. What do I mean when I say the learners may lose focus? Some learners will not even concentrate at school. They will panic when they have pocket money. Some will even dodge and go shopping during the lesson hours. So please go and find more supporting sentences, because I am now moving on to the although paragraph. In the although paragraph, I'm saying bring in others' views but keep your stance. For instance, we can say, while others feel that learners must be given pocket money so that they train themselves on how to budget, we must not confuse things. Learners' main purpose is to study. The time to deal with money and to budget will come, so we should not confuse learners with giving them money, pocket money. Your argument depends on how you are bringing it out. I know some of you learners are very angry at me right now because I'm saying that you must not be given pocket money. But don't forget that I'm your friend. I'm your one best friend. So I'm trying to save you from many problems. Now we are done with the although paragraph. We are now at the conclusion where we are just summarizing the main ideas. Do not bring in new ideas here. You have already said enough. So all you need to do is just to round this up. You can have concluding words so that you signal that you are coming to the end. Words such as in conclusion or finally or to end with are always good. Are always good because they are now showing your reader that you are about to end. But please do not write things which you don't understand. Last but not least means that you are not totally done. You still have something to say. So please avoid some of the things that you do not really understand very well. Avoid using bombastic words. Do not insult yourself and the readers. Avoid slang. Avoid derogatory terms and insults. Be always formal. You are a clever learner and it should remain as such. So now that you know how to plan an essay, it's high time you start training. You have to start training so that you become the best writer. For instance, you can start with this essay. The topic is university education must be free. What do you say about this topic? Do you agree or do you disagree? If you are not too sure about yourself, you can always write and submit your work at that number for marking, but here fee applies. There's a fee that applies. You pay a $50 for marking and for feedback on the errors that you have made. This fee doesn't apply to every learner that is part of Abiatal's class because this fee is already included in the subscription, in the monthly payment. So, if you attend lessons with Abiatal already, you are safe. Thank you so much for paying attention to this lesson. Thank you for watching Learn English with Abiatal. Make sure that you subscribe so that we keep learning together. See you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.